What if you never needed sleep? Not just you don't feel tired, but your body simply doesn't require sleep anymore. No physical exhaustion, no mental fog, no cranky mornings, just 24 uninterrupted hours of full, high-functioning wakefulness, forever. At first, it sounds like a dream come true. After all, we spend about 1/3 of our lives asleep. That's roughly 26 years of horizontal unconsciousness for the average person. Take away sleep, and boom, you've just gained 2 extra decades of usable time. Imagine what you could do with those years. Learn 10 languages, build a space rocket in your backyard, read every book you've ever wanted, or binge absolutely every series on every streaming service, ever. But before you get too excited, let's rewind. Why do we even sleep? Sleep isn't just rest, it's maintenance. While we're out cold, our brains clean up, filing away memories, repairing neurons, balancing hormones. Our immune systems strengthen, muscles rebuild. Sleep is like the nightly tune-up that keeps the human engine running smoothly. Without it, everything breaks down. But in this scenario, your body has evolved beyond that. It doesn't need maintenance mode anymore. Your brain can repair itself while you're awake. Your body regenerates as you go about your day. You're now a biological masterpiece, the perfect insomniac. So, what's life like when you never sleep? At first, it's amazing. You're ahead of everyone. While your friends snore, you build businesses, write novels, or just stare out the window thinking profound thoughts like, how many owls are too many owls? You become the master of time. No more alarm clocks, no more naps, no more guilt over sleeping in. You get a full 8-hour head start on the rest of the world, every single day. But soon, strange things start to happen. The nights become long, really, really long. When you're the only one awake at 3 a.m., night after night, the silence starts to feel thick. You begin to notice things others don't, the humming of electronics, the creaking of buildings, the lonely blinking of traffic lights. The world at night isn't just dark, it's a parallel universe, empty, still, yours. At first, you love it. No distractions, no people. The night is your canvas. But slowly, it gets to you. Humans are social creatures, even the introverted ones. And no matter how productive or creative you are, it's hard to feel fulfilled when everyone else is unconscious for 1/3 of your life. You start to drift from others, not emotionally, just temporarily. You're living on a 24-hour schedule, but the rest of the world is on a 16-hour one. Friends stop texting back, not because they don't care, but because they're asleep. You know their sleep schedules by heart. You start counting the minutes until sunrise, just to feel like the world is alive again. Then comes the boredom. You've finished Netflix twice. You've read everything. You've gone on walks at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., You've rearranged your furniture 9 times. You've baked bread, then made sourdough starters for your bread, then entered a sourdough competition at 4 in the morning against yourself, and lost. You start to envy sleepers, not just because they can rest, but because they dream. You remember dreams, the nonsense narratives, the flashes of inspiration, the flying moments, the teeth falling out terror, and suddenly, you miss them. Desperately. You start to lie still in bed, pretending, hoping maybe your brain will simulate the dream experience just for old time's sake. No luck. You become more productive than anyone else, yes, but at what cost? Time becomes meaningless when it's endless. The pressure to do something with all that time becomes unbearable. You no longer have the excuse of, I didn't have time today. You had time. You always have time. People around you start to notice. They call you unstoppable, inspiring, a machine. You smile, nod, act humble. But inside, you're screaming for a pause button. Not because you're tired, but because you're never tired. There's no rhythm, no ebb and flow, just a constant, relentless presence in your own life. Eventually, you find peace in strange places. You volunteer for overnight jobs, become a night guard, a midnight DJ, a stargazer. You write letters to astronauts on the ISS. They understand the isolation. You start teaching others how to use their nights better. You run a podcast at 3 a.m. called while you sleep, interviewing bakers, paramedics, insomniacs, and security guards. You become a legend of the night, the sleepless one, the silent observer, and maybe, just maybe, that's the gift, not the extra time, but the perspective. You've seen the world when it's still, heard thoughts when everyone else was quiet, and in a way, you've touched something eternal. So, what if you never needed sleep? You'd be free, you'd be alone, you'd be awake when the world dreams, and in time, you'd learn that silence can be louder than noise, and that some of life's greatest wonders only reveal themselves in the hours most people miss.